My hair is so damaged. Like, I have no idea what to do with it because I was hoping to grow it, but every time I wash it, it could be because I'm really rough anyway. Because when your hair is wet, it's delicate. But like, literally, I know that you like, what's the word? You kind of shed hair anyway, but the amount I shed when I wash it is not a normal amount. Like, it is so like damaged. I don't know if it just needs a trim or anything because I don't really want to shave it and start all over again because I go through the process of then like, oh, I don't want it like long anymore. I just want to keep it short, and I really want to grow it, but like, it's just currently a nightmare. Like, just to dye it all black and then just go with the flow. But yeah, it's pretty kind of damaged. Or maybe I just need, as my mum said, maybe it's just, she's never liked my hair short anyway, but she goes, maybe you just need like the ends trimming because it's the ends that are the issue anyway, where they're getting so tangled. But it's not just the ends that are coming out, to be fair. But yeah, so at the minute, I have no idea what to do with my hair currently because I want to grow it, but it's so damaged. But yeah, it's a bit of a pain, to be fair. But yeah, on top of that, I realise I seriously have some like trust issues that we need to kind of like tackle. Like, seriously, my trust in people is literally so low. Like, I just, we're supposed to be kind of like, we're not supposed to be on our own. We're not supposed to do things on our own. We're supposed to be like, we're supposed to have people there to support us and stuff like that. And then there's me just like, I have like trust issues that need to be broken, like clearly needs to be broken because, like, if you like need help and stuff, you should just reach to people. But I don't know. Maybe it's because of like past experiences and stuff. I don't know. Maybe it's the anxiety that still is still in the pit of my stomach and needs to go. But like, I seriously need to trust people more, and I seriously need to let more people in. Like, I feel that I just don't let like people in. Like, it happens like all the time where I don't, it's very rare I consider people as friends, which sounds a bit weird. Like, I could be like hanging out with them outside of work. Like, it reminded me of my last workplace. Like, when I was working at McDonald's, she literally invited me to her birthday party. At that point, how did I still not consider her as a friend? I don't know. Like, I have a high pedestal before I seriously consider people as friends, which is kind of a bit like, obviously that's not the greatest thing, like, because I only have like a small circle of people I literally consider as friends. Other than that, I consider them as acquaintances, even though I've talked to them and everything like that. I don't know, like, I think I just have issues letting people in, because of like, maybe because of like judgment and stuff like that. But I need to kind of, I don't know. It's a thing that needs to be broken clearly because I need to trust people more. Not everyone, like, not everyone on the planet are horrible or letdowns or just useless or just that sort of thing. Like, most people are actually nice and friendly, and they're not gonna kind of talk rubbish behind your back and stuff like that. Not everyone's like that, but that's like one of those things I kind of need to kind of let go and start letting more people in. I cause a war with just one comment that isn't even illiterate. I mean, when all start getting Botox, you all start look the same. That's so broken English. Like, ends up being the top comment, 1,216 likes, but then an argument ensued about the difference between Botox and fillers, which is hilarious. I didn't even get involved. And I feel that is a thing, when you become the top comment, people just argue over, oh, wow, argue over people. Anyway, it was basically about how Jessica Simpson was saying someone mistaked her for Britney. I mean, they have the same blonde. I don't know if Britney's still got blonde. Yeah, she hasn't she. I suppose we've got the same sort of like hair extensions. So face like no. Um, because Jessica Simpson's got more of a round face, but I thought I'd just make a joke that you all kind of look the same because you all have Botox now, which is true. You end up just not looking the same, well, looking plastic anyway. Jessica Simpson looks more plastic than Britney, to be fair. But yeah, I thought I'd just leave just a funny comment and I just caused an argument in the comments. My mum's bought new sofas and OMG, they are so comfortable. So it's like a four-seater, which we think is probably a three-seater, really. But I mean, all fours don't really sit together anyway. And then she's brought a single one, like it's like an armchair. That one, I'm not sat on that because she's like, I'm leaving that for my dad to do when he gets home. Because you have to put the what do you call them again? The feet on, and that one's a bit more complicated. But the other one, you literally just had to put it in and tighten it. But OMG, I've never felt so good back support. It is so comfortable, like so comfortable. Surprisingly low because it was from Argos, so I know. I mean, it was expensive, but still, I don't really rate Argos as great to be fair. But OMG, they are so comfortable. So I booked for a haircut next week, Friday evening. So by then I will made a decision. On that Friday as well, I want to go to Birmingham. So I booked their haircut for 6 o'clock because I want to go to Birmingham and start Christmas shopping because I think I mentioned in my last video, I can't get over how close like Christmas literally is. And the shops in Derby, well, there's not any shops anymore. They're all food places. So I want to go to my favourite place, Birmingham. And when I say to people Birmingham is my favourite place, they look at me gone out as if, are you insane? But I like Birmingham. I think I'm the only human being who likes Birmingham. But yeah. Voila. Literally the safest I can do. Anyway, Friday might actually not happen now because my dad can't get the day off and my mum is basically going to hospital. And someone needs to be with her for 24 hours. But I don't know if they're actually still going to do it because she's been ill and they already rescheduled it. But I don't know if they'll, if, you know, if she's still ill by Tuesday because she's going to have to phone them and they might have to reschedule again. So Friday might not actually happen. But really, Friday, the whole point of Friday was to try and get rid of like nerves that I might have for this Sunday. That's why I wanted to like keep busy. Hence the Friday I'm off work to get to Birmingham and do Christmas shopping. But if I'm going to be with my mother for 24 hours, it won't be too bad. Um, but yeah. The book of Revelation is probably one of the, at times, probably the hardest book in the Bible because at times it gets very like poetic and it's hard to kind of follow. Um, but yeah, it's one of those that is definitely gonna meditate on it for a while. Like, I'm so glad. So, first off, if you've not heard of the Bible Project, I know they've got a YouTube channel, but they've also got an app, and basically they do videos and podcasts and stuff. And they do videos breaking down some of the, I think mainly all of the books in the Bible, and I found the videos on Revelation really helped because at times I was struggling to even understand what was going on. At times it was kind of like straightforward, I knew, but at times I was like, I'm so confused. But it is like so far for me, I've not read every chapter in the Bible, but for me so far it's been like the hardest one and the longest one to meditate. Like, even though I've written all these notes on it, I'm still gonna probably add more to it. It's one of those very enriched books and important as well if you've not read it. So yeah, I do actually advise. So I'm not celebrating Halloween because of reasons. This year or any time ever. But if you are looking for a horror, read the book of Revelation because as an unbeliever, you are going to be scared. You want to read you want to read a prophecy of horror of your future as an unbeliever, then I definitely recommend you read Revelation. I don't know if I should be I don't know if I should be like promoting it in that kind of way, but it will definitely be an eye opener. It was like it's finally stopped raining. Yesterday it was awful. It was a storm, like, is it like Storm Babbitt? I think it's called. Basically, it's as like it's probably the worst storm we've had in Derby because they have closed areas where it is overflown. What is it? The River Derwent. But OMG, like from photos, it definitely looks a lot worse. Half of Derby, not half of Derby, bit of an overreaction, but where it's closer to obviously closer to the rivers, it's like completely kind of just swamped with water, with loads of roads closed as well. But and train what's it's closed as well. I think it's supposed to rain like all week. I think tomorrow it's meant to completely stop, and then it's supposed to then start raining again, but obviously not as heavy, I don't think. But yeah, it's been pretty bad. You've probably heard, unless you've been living under a rock, like Britney Spears' memoir comes out, I believe, next week. But quite a bit of it's already leaked. She went to People magazine and did snippets and stuff, but a lot of it's now coming out. And one of the things that she mentioned was that she ended up basically being pregnant with Justin Timberlake's child. She wanted to keep the child. He was like, oh no, we're too young. So he kind of persuaded her to have an abortion. But what makes this 10 times worse, because she was in the eye and she was trying to like keep this whole, it gets worse, but in the eye of being like this kind of innocent person, and before Justin Timberlake there was no one else, which apparently there was. She lost her virginity at the age of 14 to somebody at I think it was 17, so that's illegal. Even in the UK that's illegal. To her brother's friend. But anyway, so she did the abortion herself. Oh my days, okay. And apparently, I don't know if this bit's true. As I said, it's all coming out. But apparently, while she was doing that, crying in the bathroom, he was downstairs playing on his guitar. And what's so funny about this? Not funny. It's actually devastating. Like it's actually full and devastating. But the fact that this memoir was supposed to be released like ages ago, but because it supposedly got delayed because Justin Timberlake was like, I need to know what was in there. And same with the fling she had with what's his name again? I can't remember his name now. Is it something Ferrer? I can't remember his name at the top of my head. Like I can see his face, I can't remember his name. But now I'm like, Justin Timberlake is probably done things 10 times worse, but she's been forced to not put it in this book. He is. There's one thing I need to say to people, because I've seen it happen and it ends up being tragedy, is if you end up pregnant and you want to keep the baby, do not listen to your partner, keep the baby, because if someone makes you, not even a partner, even it could be like a family member, if they coerce you to have an abortion, it's going to hit you back in. Like, I'm against abortion anyway, but it has to be your choice, because at the end of the day, like I know a story where it can completely wreck you, because in the end it turns out you didn't really want this, you were kind of coerced to do it, and you end up going down a spiral of drugs. But even though I'm against like abortion, but please, if you do want an abortion, can you please make sure that it's your decision and nobody else, because it will tear you apart. I am currently watching License to Kill, and OMG, I swear this only happens in America, where it comes to like dodgy surgeons and doctors and stuff like that. I don't know if it's so big that they just because it just ends up being what it turns out to be, is a bit of a ball ache to kind of sort out, kind of like, because you can take someone's medical license from one city, but then they can go in another city. No, you can ban someone from performing surgery or being a doctor in one city, but then they can move to another. It just is mad though. But I don't even understand how they even get these jobs in the first place. It's just crazy, like crazy. Like a TV series on Prime. It's on the Hey You channel, but literally crazy, like crazy. And I swear, this I'm never. Sometimes you hear it in the UK, like of dodgy doctors, but it's very rare. A lot of it just happens in America. And I think it's because it's so big. It's just so hard to kind of. It's just easier to get away with like being just neglectful, or even with the first episode of series one, literally a serial killer.